Mike Pettine, the front runner to be the Vikings defensive coordinator. Holy shit. All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. I'm One Bar with Lupagus on this fantastic Friday. Beers all around, tastes delicious. Multiple reports coming from very, very valid sources that Mike Pettine appears to be on the cusp of being the Vikings' new defensive coordinator.
Well, first of all, we still need the head coach to be official. Let's just start there. But Mike Pettine, he's the front runner. He's the guy getting linked to Kevin O'Connell to be his defensive coordinator. There's things I like about this. There's things I don't like about it.
There is, but we got to, as far as everything we've said leading up to this, if Kevin O'Connell was our coach, they need some veteran-type D coordinators, veteran-type offensive coordinators in the mix, assistant coaches, the whole ball and wax. And Mike Pettine, when you look at it, that does fit the mold. He's been a head coach. He's been a defense coordinator at multiple spots. Some he's had success with, some he has not. But he fits the mold. It's just whether or not we like it or not.
Well, and that's what, that was part of the positive we just said there. He has been that head coach before. He has ran teams. He's ran practices. He's ran mini camps, OTAs. He's done the scheduling. He has that experience, which is great, which is going to help young Kevin O'Connell along. And he's been a long-time defensive coordinator. I mean, when he was with the Jets, I think they were the top defense in the league. He brought the Packers back from 29th up to 15th. I think they were actually strong the year after that as well. So he has had success. Where he's failed is as the head coach. I mean, he had, I think, the winning record the first year. Or no, he was 7-4. Then he lost 5 straight to end the season. Then he went 3-13, was out the door. So that kind of gives you a little hesitation. His record as a head coach. But
hey, he was the head coach of the Browns. I don't put anything into anybody coaching the Browns ever. You're supposed to have a bad record when you coach the Browns.
Well, I'm just saying. So he's had success as a coordinator, not so much as a head coach. So a little bit hesitant there. And the thing we got to really recognize about Mike Pettine is he's a 3-4 guy. So we may be seeing a whole new defense here in Minnesota, and it could be a 3-4 front.
3-4 front. So when this news came out, I reached out to our good old pal Ryan at Packernet Podcast because he's been with the Packers. He was there for a couple of years. I had to get his thoughts on it because if anybody's going to rip them apart or give us shit, it would definitely be somebody that follows the Packers. And, he didn't dig into them as much as I thought he would. He just kind of said with all the talent the Packers had, Kenny Clark in the middle, Smiths, the linebackers, some very good safety, some corners. He just said it was very underwhelming as far as what he did with these guys. With that many good players, he was just a little bit underwhelmed. He said he's an old dog.
Yeah, well, so was Mike Zimmer, and we all know how that ended. 2 of the worst defenses in back-to-back years.
Well, that's what he's saying. He's pretty much saying he didn't live up to.
Well, I don't like that old dog thing. I hate that his best year was back in, I think, 2008 with the Jets. This game is modernizing. It's different than it was back then, so that's a little bit concerning to me. But it's exciting to think of who we have now, how they may fit in a 3-4 front, who would be the nose, who would be those 5-tech defensive ends, and then you look at the edge rushers. That's going to change the entire approach to the draft. We're maybe looking for different kinds of players that we never have before. These athletic edge rushing linebackers, which is it's time. It's time to move. It's time to look for a different front on defense. And I'm excited if we do go to 3-4 route.
Yeah, the 3-4 route gets me very excited. The thought of having some edge rushers on the outside ready to come in, get after that quarterback, gets me very excited. As far as the guys we have on the roster, they're going to have some big old decisions. I mean, we got 2 big old defensive tackles in the middle that have a lot of money invested in them. We got Danielle Hunter. Is he going to fit the scheme? Are they going to bump him outside? We got DJ Wanham, a guy that they've already dabbled with playing a little bit on the outside. So, like we've said it multiple times, but put on that seatbelt because shit is going to get crazy. And you keep bringing up the Jets. He did have a lot of success there, but Rex Ryan had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, but he was always Rex Ryan's second-hand man. He was kind of some seen as almost the mastermind there. So, Rex Ryan's a great coach, but I do think Pettine had a lot to do with it. My concern is, let's say he's here for year 1, and say he puts on 80 pounds. Are we going to start calling him Heavy Pettine?
Heavy Pettine. Yeah, we probably will. I mean, speaking of Heavy Pettine, look at this guy. If you're on the offense and you got to look at this across the field, you are going to be shitting your pants. Look at that handsome son of a bitch. All right, let's go with a more.
That was my uncle.
Let's go with a more intimidating look. Boom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you try running the ball on this guy. I do not think so.
No way in hell.
I don't think so. And actually, Pettine has ties to Kevin O'Connell. He was with the Jets when Kevin O'Connell was the backup quarterback there.
No, that's what it was.
They know each other. Shared connection.
Yeah. So, I mean, the positive is he's had success as coordinator. He has the head coaching experience. He can help O'Connell along. So I think that is good. I'd rather see, someone still fairly young than a crusty old Wade Phillips come back here like McVay had his first year.
No, I mean, Pettine, I'm not if we had Vic Fangio, would I be more excited? Yes. But Mike Pettine, he fits the mold with what we wanted. I'm not this isn't gonna like make me like, oh man, I don't want Mike Pettine. We can't get too greedy here. We got the guy. He's been around. He's been with the Bills, Browns, Seahawks, Packers, Bears, Jets, and he's been a head coach, which I love. So the big question to me is Andre Patterson. I wonder if what they'll do with him, and can you really see him taking like a demotion?
I don't know. I'm surprised he hasn't left. I mean, of all the coaches that sign with other teams, why is Andre Patterson the one without a job?
Well, they got to allow the coaches to look. They can't just. I mean, they have to give them the ability to get a new job. So maybe he's one they're just kind of holding tight for a little bit.
You think Patterson's wanting to stay? You think he's not trying to go out there and find a job?
What'll be interesting is if Mike Zimmer gets a job somewhere as a defensive coordinator. Something tells me Zim is going to want to snipe Andre Patterson.
I don't know who the hell would want Zim at this point of his career. And to me, I don't know why he'd even want to coach anymore.
Jaguars already sniffing around. They want him.
I can't see it, but they're sniffing on Spielman. I don't believe anything with that. I can't see Spielman and Zimmer ending up in the same organization again. No way in hell.
Crazier things have happened. Mike Pettine, let us know. Comments, excited, upset, annoyed. I mean, how can you really be annoyed by this? I don't get it.
Well, and that's not – it hasn't happened yet, but he is the front runner. He is the front runner. All right. Well, we're waiting for Mike Pettine to be named defensive coordinator. Remember this. Crows can remember your face.